Hello. Welcome to the Smile Revolution. And I am Princess Wow, as you can see below, and also known as Mindy Fradkin. Anyway, we raise awareness to the healing power of a genuine smile. If you've never been on my show before. And this all started in 2005. The last time I saw my dad conscious, he gave me a big grin, and that smile changed my life for the better. And then I was doing my one-woman show with my hats. I make these hats, and I was performing for this independent film, and out of my mouth came, "We need a smile revolution in the world." And then my dad passed on a week later, and then I went through a really dark period that year, but I was on the radio a lot in Woodstock, New York. And Christmas week 05, the idea came to me, it's time to start the Smile Revolution. And I launched it on the radio, and my whole life changed for the better because I went from being really self-involved to how can I help the world smile more? So that was 2005, and I've had a radio show with celebrity guests and a blog years ago, and produced 2 concerts with Roland Musa. With Pete Seeger headlining. Sorry if this is a repeat for some people. Some people see my show all the time, and then I have new people, so I never know who's on. So that's why I do my intro, so you know what I'm doing here, and how this started. Actually, so this show is I'm on my 95th show today since last March, and hi. Oh, John. Oh, hi, John. John's making a note too. Okay, great. Yes, Jon Tiven and Stephen Jon Kalinich are my special guests today, and they'll be on in a little bit. They're standing by. So anyway, let's see. So the first thing is that I have a whole album of smile songs, and I'm going to sing the first song that Roland Musa and I wrote together. Just a shorter version of it. I walked into a cafe, smiled at my friends. They all smiled, and I realized I passed it on to them. The people who saw us smiled at our friends. They all smiled, and we realized we passed it on to them. Yes, a simple smile will do. Round the world and back to you. It's called the Smile Revolution that comes, goes round and back to you. So smile, 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 a simple smile will do. Smile, 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 it comes back to you. So don't forget to smile. So here I have a smile mug. If anybody wants to get one, here we go. It's a picture of me with a dog named King. You can see it. I was interviewed for an article in the Greenwich Post years ago. And it says, "May you give and receive many smiles." For $25, shipped right to your door in the USA, of course, in the USA only. And I'm wearing my smile. You'll see it soon when I'm dancing. I'll be having a dance party soon. I do these t-shirts now too, long sleeve and short. So anyway, you can get them on my website, mindyfradkin.com, if anybody's interested in supporting the Smile Revolution. Well, actually, did you know that there was a Smile Revolution in the 18th century Paris? Yes. Actually, let me tell you a little bit. I've been talking a little bit about it in my shows recently because I'm fascinated about this. In the early 18th century, there was a book, and it was called Rules of Decorum and Christian Civility. They advised readers against emotional displays such as smiling and laughing. Quote, "God wouldn't have given human lips if he had wanted the teeth to be on open display. Only children or those lacking proper control of their emotions smiled openly." Isn't that amazing? Well, they didn't have dentists. And so their teeth, a lot of them didn't have teeth. And it was really unattractive to smile. And so only people like from the lower class or children or people who were deemed insane smiled at that point. And then in the mid 18th century, things changed. And all of a sudden, dentistry came into being. people started taking care of their teeth. There was like the first toothbrush, and then people all of a sudden the tide turned, and then it became popular to smile and show emotion. But then it was short-lived. It's a long story, but actually I'm still looking into it. But it's really interesting and fascinating to me, actually. And there were novels written, and all of a sudden it became enchanting and sweet to smile. So, and I don't smile all the time. Do you? I mean, I don't know. Some people do. But I'm not saying that, sometimes you need to smile at me to remind me to smile. And there have been times when I was really depressed, and somebody walked by me and smiled, and it lifted my whole mood that day. And then there's somebody, it's documented. Hi, Lori Towers. Happy Saturday. It's documented that somebody wanted to kill themselves. I don't know if you all have heard about this in San Francisco. When he was walking across the bridge, he was going to jump off the bridge. And he said, if one person smiles at me, I'm not going to kill myself. And some woman was jogging by, and she goes, oh, I like your hat or something. I mean, she smiled at him and complimented him. And that changed his whole life. So anyway, let's see. I've got some quotes from Mr. Rogers that I found, and I love him, and he's like, I think, one of the greatest men to ever lived, one of. And he said here, let's see, wait a minute. Music is the one art we all have inside. We may not be able to play an instrument, but we can sing along or clap or tap our feet. Have you ever seen a baby bouncing up and down in the crib in time to some music? When you think of it, some of that baby's first messages from his or her parents may have been lullabies, or at least the music of their speaking voices. All of us have had the experience of hearing a tune from childhood and having that melody evoke a memory or feeling. The music we hear early on tends to stay with us all our lives. And then he said, I wrote in a song that in the long, long trip of growing, there are stops along the way. It's important to know when we need to stop, reflect, and receive. In our competitive world, that might be called a waste of time. I've learned that those times can be the preamble to periods of enormous growth. Recently, I declared a day to be alone with myself. I took a long drive and played a tape. When I got to the mountains, I read and prayed and listened and slept. In fact, I can't remember having a calmer sleep in a long, long time. The next day, I went back to work and did more than I usually got done in 3 days. So I wanted to share that with you because, this past year with the pandemic, we've had to really reflect and go within and really rethink things and like pivot and everything. And so really, it's been a lot of growth. It's been an enormous amount of growth for me. And I know for a lot of people, I would think, because life is just not the same in any way, right? So there's good in that too. So I always say, we've got to focus on the good and be grateful for what we do have, because there's always good going on, no matter what, even in civil unrest and political unrest and all the things that are going on. We can still bring out the joy and be grateful and be able to smile, even under a mask. So you can smile with your eyes and raise your eyebrows. And it just helps other people and yourself to bring out the joy. So anyway, okay, so then I have this book, 365 Ways to Give Thanks, Brenda Shoshana. And she said, and this is neat, I've always been into quotes my whole life since a child. And she said, make a list of quotes and sayings that inspire you. Write them on lovely paper, and once a week send one to a friend. Quotations and meaningful sayings have much more impact when you share them with a friend. Make a list of quotes and sayings that have been important to you. Buy some beautiful stationery and write one on each page. Then once a week, take a page and mail it to a friend. You'll be sending little angels out into the universe. I thought that was really neat. And let's see what else. Oh, and what else do I have to share with you? Okay, then I have this book, Age Doesn't Matter Unless You're a Cheese, Catherine and Ross Petras, Wisdom from Our Elders. And actress Helen Hayes said, the story of a love is not important. What's important is that one is capable of love. It's perhaps the only glimpse we are permitted of eternity. And then business executive Sam Walton said, celebrate your success and find humor in your failures. Don't take yourself so seriously. Loosen up, and everyone around you will loosen up. Have fun and always show enthusiasm. When all else fails, put on a costume and a silly song. Well, I have no problem with that. We do need more fun in the world. And anyway, so, and then this is a book I've had since a child, The World of Matisse. Now, Matisse, I've always been inspired by because of all his bright colors and everything, and that he uses in his paintings. And I've always, I've been studying him since a child. So I just wanted to show you a couple paintings here, if you're not familiar with him, but most people these days are. And I've been, like, I was thinking about my influences, about why I mean, today I'm in black. It's only because I like my black Smile Revolution t-shirt. It looks really cool, but I'm usually, if you know me or seen my shows, I'm usually in bright colors, but actually I'm kind of liking the black with the lavender hair. This is my hair, my new color recently. So I kind of like lavender black, but most of the time I'm never in black, but okay. Well, anyway, it's kind of something different for me. And then I have this wowette. I don't know if you've seen my show, I just got her recently. She's kind of pretty. So I'm working on getting a name for her. And some people have submitted some names. If you have any ideas, Lavender Larissa, Lady Amethyst. Let's see, Hyacinth, Lily, Violet, Daisy, Lady Lindy, Lady Wendy, Lady Cindy. I don't know. We're working on it here. If anybody has any ideas. Okay, so let's see. Oh, and guess who else wants to say hello? Gumby wants to give you a big hug and a smile. And who else? And the kids want to say hello too. And let's see what else here I'm going to share with you. Okay, well, let's see. Maybe we're going to go on to my next segment. This is a picture of me from the 90s. Now, this is just a fun picture. See, I've been into color for a long time. This is me by Philip Seltzer, the late Philip Seltzer, my official photographer for 20 years. I've been into a lot of color for decades, before everyone else was. And okay, so let's see. I've got Stephen Kalinich standing by and Jon Tiven. And if you've been seeing any of my shows recently, since I met him, I met him beginning of December, and I've been promoting him ever since. Actually, he's very inspiring. He's a legendary poet, songwriter, and painter who has worked with the Beach Boys, Dennis Wilson, and Brian Wilson. Actually, I saw their movie last night, Love and Mercy. I didn't tell Stevie yet. It was really good. And I got a really better glimpse into their whole world from that movie last night. And anyway, so he collaborates with different people, but Jon Tiven is on with me today. And they came out with a new album beginning of this year, actually. It's their best hits. It's called The Essential Yo Mama, and they have 2 new tracks on it. And Jon, let's see, Jon, I have he's a producer, guitarist, songwriter, and saxophonist who's had chart records in every one of the past 5 decades. He's worked with B.B. King, Wilson Pickett, Steve Cropper, Chrissie Hynde, Lucinda Williams, Willie Nelson. The list goes on and on and on. And Stevie too. Stevie's worked with many greats and as well, but they can tell you about it when they get on. So let's see. So I'm going to bring them on now. Okay, let's see. Wait a minute. Okay, here we go. There's Stephen Kalinich.
Hello there.
And Jon.
Jon. Is it me?
Okay, Jon.
Oh,
it's okay. I can take it off. Okay.
Yeah, I think we won't be able to hear you if you have your mask on.
Well, thank goodness, because the mask was starting to fog up the glasses like crazy. So
leave it to Jon for the surprise entrance.
Yeah, that was a good entrance. I like that.
I we needed a little bit of a surprise there.
Okay, my friend Kathleen is saying hello.
Hi, Kathleen.
Hi, Kathleen.
And anyway, so welcome to my show.
Glad to be here.
And so anyway, so I want to ask you all. Okay, now you've been you've been working together since you met you went to India, I know, 2005 with P.F. Sloan.
I think it was 2006, wasn't it, Stevie?
I think so, but I wouldn't rely on my memory for everything.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, it's around there. Okay. So you met. Okay. So you were John. You were P.F. Sloan's record producer, right?
Yeah, and collaborator and good friend, and Stevie was also his good friend and collaborator. And Phil asked me one day, he says, "Would you like to write with this this poet friend of mine who's written lyrics for the Beach Boys?" And I said, "Oh, what's his name?" He said, "Stephen Kalinich." I said, "I never heard of him, but if he's a friend of yours and he wrote for the Beach Boys, that's good enough for me."
Right.
So I jumped in and Stevie and I started our relationship over the emails and phone and stuff, and then we finally met and went to India together.
Oh, okay. I see. So, okay. So if anybody, not everybody in my audience may not know who P.F. Sloan was. Can one of you explain? I know he had big hits in the 60s. It was, Stevie, can you talk, or John?
Let John tell. John can.
Yeah, John, you talk about, because not everybody may not know who P.F. Sloan is.
P.F. Sloan, Philip Sloan, was a singer-songwriter who really made his mark on the public with a bunch of songs he wrote for other people, most notably Eve of Destruction, Secret Agent Man, Where Were You When I Needed You. He had about, I think 20, 25 top 10 hits within a very short period of time. And then when the people who controlled his business interests realized that they could make more money by stealing from him, they killed the golden goose and basically deep sixed his career for many years. And
he's one of the best and the most underrated, I think.
Just very, very talented, inspired individual. And we met in 1991 just the forces of fate brought us together, and we became very good friends. We had a lot in common outside of just our musical interests. We had similar spiritual leanings because we both were devotees of Sai Baba, and we ended up going to India together to see our guru, Sai Baba. And Stevie, although he was not a devotee of Sai Baba, he was Sai curious, and he came along with us.
Okay. Oh, that's really neat. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. So so you all met. You met before India, and then you all decided to go together.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it
was a mind-opening, incredible. John will testify.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, I think back on it, and it's like a cosmic dream.
How long were you there?
About 10 days. Was that right, Steve?
I thought it was more like a couple of weeks, but I might be wrong.
I think that included the England trip, because we started off in the UK.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was 3 weeks altogether, but give or take a few days. We were there like almost a couple of weeks, right, John?
We were enough time to have it be a very strong mark on our DNA.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I've never been there.
You should go. It's an incredible place to be.
Huh. Well, I've been to Israel. Israel is very spiritual too.
I would think, yeah.
Yeah, I spent a couple summers there, and when I was a kid, I was a teenager.
That's
but
my
anyway,
people's,
So,
That's my people's. I was bar mitzvahed. I was not born Hindu. I became Hindu.
Okay.
I was bar mitzvahed too. I was bar mitzvahed, first Holy Communion. I think I tried every religion when I was
really? You're taking no chances when you get to heaven.
So anyway, okay, so I want to ask you, okay, so before COVID hit last March, what did your schedules look like?
We were super busy.
Oh, I know. So tell me, like, what were you all doing before this all happened?
Well, John and I were working on it. Well, let him tell you. He's good at telling that stuff.
Now, Stevie, quit throwing the ball to me. You got to do some of the lifting yourself.
I'm pretty dumb, right? I've let you have you know, you like to talk. Okay. Jon and I have written a lot of songs together, and we have explored different territory. He's been very encouraging to me and to my career, and also we've gotten some good collaborators, which he'll tell you about that part. And we've made a lot of records together when they said it couldn't be done. And we just came up with Yo Mama. And people say, did he give you permission? It's not Yo Yo Ma, it's Yo Mama. So,
so you all came up with that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The twist on it.
Stevie and I, for a while, were writing songs together, like a song a day. So over a very relatively short period of time, we accumulated a very large repertoire. And now we've slowed down a bit. Now it's more like one a week. But we always had the intention of taking the best of what we did and putting it out on record. Well, the label that we're signed to, which is Ms. Music, to Carol Schofield.
Mm-hmm.
Carol, wonderful person for us.
She asked if she could do a vinyl greatest hits album of ours.
Okay.
And we said, well, yeah, sure, but why don't we put a couple of new tracks on it? So we decided we were going to try to write something above and beyond what we'd already done. And we'd already done, like, collaborated with Brian May from Queen, and we had a couple of tracks with Steve Cropper, who I've worked with for years and years. So Stevie decided he was going to write an epic called Life is But a Kiss. Life is Just a Kiss. Sorry. And so he sent me this really long lyric. And he said, I don't want you to cut this one. I want you to just write this one as it looks on the page.
Okay.
So I figured, okay. And then it turned out to be, I guess, almost 6 minutes long. And we decided that should go on the new record, the new vinyl record. And then Stevie had a song that he started with Dennis Wilson many years ago called Mabel, but he could only sort of vaguely remember how the music went. So he sang me what he had and said, can you finish it and try to make it true to what Dennis and I started with? And I said, absolutely. So that was the other one that we decided to put on this record. And then
I'm going to play that today.
When it came time to do that, Carol said, well, let's just put it out as a CD for starters. So we said, okay. So it came out as a CD, a very limited edition, about a month ago.
Right.
And she got so excited when she heard it. She said, screw it, let's put it out as vinyl. So now it's coming out as vinyl as well.
That's great. That's really great.
Very happy about that.
I still have a few left of the CD if anyone wants to buy one. So
go to stephenkalinich.com.
Oh, I have his way. No, it's .co.uk. I'll post the
okay, whatever.
website. I have it.
I don't want to mess it up. Yeah.
No, it's okay. Now I have it right here. There's your John's, your website, and Stevie's.
Oh, great. We're all
Jon is a hard worker. He stays at things. Basically, he's been a great partner. We're spiritually aligned in many areas. And PF, we were like a perfect trio, even though PF and I probably would get into more, I don't know, Jon could explain it, but we had a strange relationship.
I played referee a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
You already know how I can be controversial, Mindy, so I don't have to tell you about that.
So, okay, but usually, like, how do you work? Like, I know, like, Elton John and Bernie Taupin, and usually it's like Bernie would, like, just write all the lyrics, and then...
we have different processes, but a lot of processes, I'll send Jon a lyric, and he may already have a melody that he tweaks to fit, or... Well, Jon explained his side of the process.
Here's the deal. I get up in the morning and I say, I've got to write some music. That's like my mantra every day.
Okay.
So I go into my studio and I play pretty much every instrument. And I start working on some music. And if I have a lyricist that I'm working with, or another, artist who, is a co-writer and stuff like that, I try to include them. And with Stevie, when he gets inspired, he emails me his latest lyric, and I put it to music, whether it's the one that I'm working on that day, or sometimes I pick one that I worked with, 3 days before. And, these are not rough demos. These are fully instrumentated master recordings with, a horn section and piano, organ, guitar, bass.
They're more like masters than demos.
They're more like masterpieces, is what you wanted to say, Stephen, right?
That's great. That's really cool. Yes, because you're the record producer, so you have everything.
And I'll tell you, Jon, even if he has something down, he'll write a new part if he needs to. He knows exactly what to do.
And my wife plays bass on most of these because we like to get, other personalities involved. And
Sally's a great bass player too. She's amazing.
Yeah.
That's great. That's really great. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do now is we're going to play your video. I love your animated videos. They're so great. Peace, what is it? Peace, love, and harmony? Peace, harmony, and...
Jon, what's the name of the guy that did our video? Let's give him a shout.
Okay, yeah.
David, what was his last name?
Wait a minute. I can look it up, actually.
David Masnato.
What? Oh, David Masnato?
And it also was a friend of Jon's daughter, Lucy, and I think that's how we got the contact, to be honest.
That's how we got to know.
Yeah, no, he really did a great job. So I'm going to get you all, I'm going to take you all, we're all going to go off the air, and I'm going to play the video, and then we'll come back on, okay?
Go for it.
Okay, all right, here we go.
Bring you into rhythm. You are a dear sweet soul. The power of love embraces you when you lose control. In practical situations, rely on it without procrastinations. In the moment is the inspiration. Do it now without hesitation. So wrap your soul around the goal. Make a diamond out of charcoal. Before you smoke your next bowl, appreciate all that is here for you. Create a light that heals and renews. It will bring you out of the blues. Harmony, inner peace, and tenderness. It'll see you through. The ones who always smile false smiles. Who are they trying to please? The phonies, the losers, the I wannabes. Set a pace for yourself. Go into the stillness. Close your eyes, meditate, lift you out of your illness. I'd like to ask, but not vindicate. My friend, it's getting late. So wrap your soul around a goal. Make a diamond out of charcoal. Before you smoke your next bowl, appreciate all that is here for you. Create a light that heals and renews. It will bring you out of the blues. Harmony, inner peace, and tenderness. That will see you through. To all beings everywhere, life only asks one thing. To be alive makes your spirits sing and emotions ring. Yeah. Wrap your soul around the goal. Make a diamond out of charcoal. Before you smoke your next bowl, appreciate all that is here for you. Create a light that heals and renews. It will bring you out of the blues. Harmony, inner peace, and tenderness. It will see you through. Harmony, inner peace, and tenderness. It will see you through. Harmony, inner peace, and tenderness. It will see you through. Yeah.
I love that. So I've watched that.
That's such a great video.
Those guys are something else.
They are. You guys are.
Also, credit
Huh?
the painting that just showed at the end was Gottfried Helnwein, a very famous artist, did for John and I on one of our albums.
Oh, wow.
The hanging people. That's not mine. I want to give him credit.
Oh,
Gottfried.
okay, great. Yeah, it's a great video, and it's so fun, and I love the song, and it's just the way David animated. It's amazing.
He's a wonderful. That was a real fantastic break.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good representation of what we're about, because it gives off the Kalinich Tiven vibe with the way the animation is, and it suits the song.
We had a following. Do you remember the guy's name in one of the Eastern European countries that did a 3-hour show on us, like young people? But we were going to keep it anonymous and not say who we are. But I don't know what happened, John. They decided to give our names, but originally John and I were going to keep it anonymous and not say who we were.
Well, we were going to put out the album just as Yo Mama and not say who we were at all. And then the publicist saw it and said, "How long am I going to get people to write about this? You have wonderful credits,
Right?
and you can't talk about them if you're going
Right.
to be
You have to have
the
you have to have your names
So
and say who you are. Right.
So they talked us out of it. So that way, instead of putting out both records as Yo Mama, our first record is a 2 CD set.
Okay.
And one of the records is Yo Mama, and the other record is Stevie and John. But the Yo Mama record, we have alternate personalities on that as well.
Yeah, I'm Reverend Stevie Nobody, and tell
And
her.
I'm Jack Hashtag.
Oh, what is that about? Or tell me about that. Okay, you came up with these AKAs for that one album.
Yeah, that was going to be our AKA for the whole project, but we got talked out of it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And I wrote a song called Stevie Nobody, which was a rap song with a friend of John's, actually, Chris Pelser, but he didn't want to be involved. So John and I just graduated the character into the next level.
Okay, I've heard the song Stevie Nobody. I saw the video. It's really great.
Yeah.
It's fun.
John tried to include him, but it didn't work out. So
Okay.
He's Australian. His toilets run the other way, so he couldn't do it.
Okay. All right. So Stevie sent me a gift this week. I wanted to show you all. Let's see if you can see it. It's a painting by Renee Searle. Am I saying it right?
Cyril.
Searle. Oh, Searle. I don't know.
My wife, who is no longer with us, and we were split up, but we stayed friends.
Yeah.
John never got to meet her, but he knows about her.
Okay. So Stevie, it's her painting and his poem, and I'm going to read it.
Okay.
Okay. So it says, If I Could Catch a Summer's Day.
Yes.
If I could, you know it by heart?
No.
Okay. If I could catch a summer's day and keep it, I would hide it far away in a place where no thief could find it. And each day I would go back to that summer's day and walk down streets not paved with human hands, away from buildings made of stone. I would fly from flower to flower with the bee. I would be a firefly and light the evening darkness. I would be a tree's branch and give shade to gentle lovers. I would be the cool stream that little children rest their feet in. I would be the thousand thoughts that fill their heads of dreams, of loves, of children's toys and magic lands. I would be the summer's morning and the summer's sun. I would warm the morning glories and open up their hearts. I would draw the seed in darkness through the soil. I would be the moment that all life reached out with me toward happiness. I would be that summer's day and catch within it all my hopes.
Yeah, I love that poem. And P.F. Sloan, I think Jon might have it somewhere. I don't think it made it to the album, but P.F. Sloan put a melody to that somewhere. Someday I hope to get Jon to produce it if there's enough elements left of it.
I've never heard it.
Well, I'm going to have to dig it out.
It's really beautiful.
Can we reconstruct it without, if we just have the record, or we need all the tracks, or we have to rebuild it?
I'll have to see what you got.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. But I that's one I want to bring up.
It is a beautiful poem.
Yeah. If anyone wants any, Mindy, I think I could find some to sell too.
What, the poster?
Yeah, I can find some more.
Yeah, it's a beautiful poster. I mean, her work is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna play the next song, Mabel.
Oh, can she come and say, Mabel, come here?
Okay, Mabel's his dog. So the next song, this is their new song on the new album.
Yeah, you're going to be on the TV.
That
And Jon explained it that it's a song Dennis Wilson and I started before '83, maybe in the '70s, and at his house on Sunset. Might have even been in the early '70s or '60s.
and there's Mabel, and Mabel's coming to visit.
And then I wrote it, and we loved it. Dennis put a little music to it, but never finished it. So I called Dennis's people that handle him, Brad and different people, and Jon did. And we got permission. So we have a three-way song. And then Jon brought in the most incredible singer, which he'll tell you about. And we have a new song, a new Dennis Wilson song.
I know, that's why I wanted to play it, because
my next door neighbor is
Harry
Harry
Stinson,
Stinson,
right? Mhm.
who sings and plays drums with the Marty Stewart band. He's in the Fabulous Superlatives, and he's just a wonderful guy. And I asked him if he wouldn't mind singing it, and he's a big Dennis Wilson fan, and he just jumped in, and it was very nice of him. And he not only sang the lead vocal, but a bunch of vocal harmonies that were really beautiful on it.
Great. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to play it now, and I'm gonna take you all off because I'm gonna dance and do a little hat show and stuff.
Okay.
So I'm gonna play it from my iPad over here, and I'll have you back on in a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
This is great.
Okay. Great. Okay. So I'm staying on, and I just wanted to also share this with you, if you're able to donate, because I'm a big animal lover and I always have rescue cats, and I'm sharing this. And if you wanted to get a t-shirt of mine or a mug, Smile Revolution mug, this is my information. I'll put that up again later. And let's see, I'm going to leave that up right now. Okay, so I'm going to move my chair and play Mabel. Princess Smiles wants to dance too.
Mabel says, I see butterflies, and on the darkest night, stars in the sky. Mabel sings me lullaby.
Mindy, Miss Mindy, Mindy Doll. Kitchen table. Ooh.
Laughing all the time, magically she was living right. Everyone she touched was blessed.
Oh, that was the best.
I expected the world to be different. I wanted to stay on the playground. Mabel taught me play is safe, and that is what life is for. Mabel was sweet, profound. She laughed at the moon on a chilly night. In the deep darkness, she kept it all together and made it right. Mabel,
Kitchen table.
laughing all the time. Magically, she was living right. Everyone she touched was blessed.
Mabel was the best.
Each day she waits for the sunset to rise. Greets the light, with delight, and feels the surprise. Gets into create harmony and peace. From Mabel miracles never cease. She has a light touch, knows how to release. Way and stress. She knows how to bless.
Mabel
Sitting
on
at
the
the
kitchen table. Ooh.
oh, laughing all the time. Magically, she was living right. Everyone she touched was blessed. Mabel was the best. Mabel,
Mabel
sitting
at
at
the
the
kitchen table. Ooh.
oh, everyone she touched was blessed.
Another Mindy Doll.
Mabel was
The best. Mabel was the best.
everyone she touched was blessed. Mabel
Was the best. Mabel was the best.
yes, everyone she touched was blessed.
Mabel was the best. Mabel was the best.
Mabel was the best.
Best. Okay. Okay, I'm going back to my chair. I hope you like that song. I love that song. It's great. And we got Mabel, John's dog.
Mabel very much enjoyed your dancing and performance.
Thank you.
That is such what a great memory of Dennis. And also Dennis and I were sitting at his kitchen table when we started that song.
Wow, that's so cool.
It was great. And John and I brought John in, and then handsome Harry Stinson from Marty Stewart Band. It's beyond my expectation.
That's great. Yeah, so that's why I wanted to play it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So, anyway, let's see. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about today?
John, what do you want to talk about?
Well, I hate to go off topic, but I've got a brand new record that I made with Steve Cropper that previewed on YouTube 2 days ago.
I listened to one of the songs today.
It's a great record. I'm of course you can go off topic. I love Steve Cropper.
Yeah, he's an occasional collaborator of Stevie and mine, and we have a political song that we wrote with him that I wrote with him and another friend of mine named Roger C. Real, and
Wonderful
people like it. It's really good. So You might want to, just Google Steve Cropper "Far Away" on YouTube, and you'll get to the song. It's a good one.
Yeah, I saw it today on Stevie's page, and I listened to the song. It was great.
Yeah, I always want to help my friends and share with my friends too. They do the same with me and Steve Cropper. And I liked it, like Nick yesterday, and my friend Nick. I love my friends to get recognition and get a chance, and so does John. We're big on that.
Well, that's why I do this. I like to help my friends, and we're all artists, and we all need help to get more, be more out there in the world. So that's why I like to do this.
It's a lot of fun, I think.
What?
I say your show is a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Character, I really enjoy it, and it's fun to do, and you're putting out a good vibe in the world.
Thank you. Well, it started the first week of lockdown, this show, because my friend, I'd done occasional Facebook Lives, and my friend said, "Can you do an uplifting Facebook Live?" I said, "Sure." And then, because I had the radio show and I had the songs and also I just started doing it. And so it helped me get through lockdown, because in New York, we were in lockdown in the spring for, I don't know, a couple months, I think. So it helped me get through everything, and it helped other people. So I just kept doing it, and it just felt like the right thing right now. So I'm grateful. And I wasn't interviewing people till recently but I was always promoting my musician friends. I would play one of their songs or two of their songs, and I would, promote them. But until I changed into this program, so it's recent that I'm starting to interview people too. So it's really good. And I'm grateful that you could come on today and share some time with my audience. And a lot of people watch in replay. And so anyway, is there any other parting words that you want to? Oh, Stevie, did you want to do a poem?
Is it okay with you, John?
Is that okay?
By all means.
Well, what you want, a galactic poem or a regular poem or what?
Whatever you feel inspired.
How about a little of Tale of Man? It's 2 minutes. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Dedicated this time to Mr. Jon Tiven.
Well, thank you.
Never before in galactic span has been told the tale of man. Defies all bound, defies all space, upsets all theories, and in their place puts wisdom of the ancient race. Stories of creation thrown, of man who left his home from stars among the universe and found the earth alone, void of purpose, without form, cold, barren, uniform. No room to differentiate choice from predetermined fate and save the world before it is too late for mankind, since time has opened up its book for a solution to problems and savagery and terrorism looks. And each age has the answer, and each age the road will pave, and all our undaunted saviors lead us to that same grave. So where can we find salvation? Can we discern from the movement of the tree within the quake, the presence or the power through which earthly things take shape? Can we know from the pull of the planet and the stars, to life within the atom, to life we know as ours? Did man in his greatest age, through every prophet and every sage, ever calm the unstoppable rage, the ruthless destruction, the war, the hate, the cheating, the lies? Did anyone stop the horror through the earthly wise? Did anyone you know of teach the roses how to grow? Show the harmony to maple leaves, teach the river's rhythmic flow of have you heard of any man of earthly fame claim to be the creator of his fathers or his own name? Surely none can answer to the questions that we ask. Surely no mortal is equal to the task, yet something within, far beyond anything we see, could create beauty to make things beautiful, create music for man to write a symphony. The principle of music comes before music. The principle of art comes before art. The laws and harmonies are existent, yet man must hear them in his heart. For all our worldly knowledge, all libraries and all brains cannot in one instant heal all the world's pains. Love alone can heal. Love alone can mend. Love alone can bind. Love alone gives life, meaning. Love alone gives life, anticipation of a greater time. Never before in galactic span has been told the tale of man. Thank you.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Thank you so much.
And John and I played in Nashville. It was at the Mercy Lounge, and he let me go loose on those. And he did you improvise, or was that music you'd already done?
No, that was just off the top of my head, whatever came to mind.
He got the whole band, and I had some dance moves. I wouldn't say they're the greatest, but John was cracking me up. So
They were the best ones he had that day.
That's great.
So we're quite an interesting partnership. I love John, and I owe PF. PF introduced me, and the universe put us together.
That's great.
Should we say anything or not yet, John, what we're talking about with Jay Marshall, or no? For a parting thing, or leave it?
Yeah, we could talk about the book.
Tell her with the parting shot. That's yours.
Well, mutual friend of ours and P.F. Sloan's approached us about doing a book based on our trip to India. And we're now doing that. Phil had written, P.F. Sloan had written extensively about the trip to India. And I've written a pretty long thing about it. And Stevie's contributing poems and songs. And the partner of ours, J. Marshall Craig, is also he's going to put it all together and try to make some sense out of it, and hopefully it'll entertain some people and teach people about the spiritual life of a couple of musical individuals who thought of themselves as musicians first and spiritual people second, and then that changed in a moment.
That's really neat. That sounds great. Okay, great. That sounds wonderful.
And it's called 2.5 Poets in Search of Divinity. I'm the half, and Stevie and PF are full-fledged.
Okay, that's great. That's really sounds really neat.
Well, we'll see.
Good. All right. Well, that sounds great. So you have a publisher, you're saying? This person's the publisher?
Well, he's our conduit to the publisher. We'll see. I'm not sure exactly. It may be something that he is the publisher, or maybe he'll just organize the book, get it together, write little bits in it, and then present it to a publisher or put it out himself. We'll see.
Right. Self-published. Anyway, that sounds wonderful. And anyway, so thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you so much, Bidney.
It was our pleasure.
It was really wonderful. And
Jon Tiven, thank you, sir.
Thanks, John, for spending time with me.
My pleasure.
And, bringing your beautiful music, the two of you.
Well, I'd like to also thank Mabel for joining us.
And Mabel came too. Okay. All right. Well, thanks again, and hope to see you again. You can come on another time. We can talk about another time you're promoting whatever you want to do.
And Mabel gets extra biscuits if the album does well, right, John?
I have promised her some special treats.
Okay, good. All right. Well, I will talk to you all later, and I'm gonna do my parting.
Thank you, Mindy.
Parting word, and thank you for coming. And I'll talk to you all later.
Mindy. Thanks for having us and putting up with us.
It was a delight. It was really fun. Okay, thank you.
Lots of love.
Okay, love you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed that. This is a long show for me. It's going on almost an hour. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. And it was really inspiring to have them on. And let's see. So my 95th show, I think I said it was 45. Yeah, 95th show. And I will be back next week. And for some more inspiration and fun and more joy. And I love you all. And I always say this, we got to focus on the good no matter what is going on, and be grateful for what we do have. And I will be back next week. and I'll let you know what I'm up to. And this is my information. If you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, it has to be Princess Well Smile Revolution, unless I change it at some point, because someone else has a Princess Well YouTube page. So it has to say Smile Revolution in order to get there. And if you want to get a mug or a t-shirt, let me know. And you can always message me or email me on my website. And I'll have my Smile album CD soon too. I've just ordered more. And I think that's it. So I love you all very much, and have a good weekend, and join the Smile Revolution.